Hey y'all, how are you doing? Yeah. Spring is almost here, I think. It's like 50 something degrees today. Anyway, today is April 16th. It's a regular old Tuesday. And I thought I'd introduce you all to something new that I've been kind of thinking about for my channel. And the segment is going to be called Dear DC. And the reason it's going to be called Dear DC is because I'm going to be giving advice to people who write in to my page or comment, as well as sending me personal emails to my dcvents@gmail.com email address. So if you have questions for yourself or a friend and you need someone that's got a lot of age and wisdom and just, life lessons, I tend to help a lot of family and friends, and we'll see how this goes. I'm really excited about it. Thumbs up the video if you love it. Subscribe now. There's going to be a picture of me at the end. There's a subscribe button down at the bottom, and there's also a bell. So without further ado, let's get into it, because you know how I do it. Hey. More, please. No, I'm just teasing. I'm actually reading this from scratch. I haven't seen it. So we'll see what happens here. And I'll do my best to give the best advice I can. I will try to read the comments and emails as I open them up, unless they get overwhelming, which would be great. In the meantime, it's a page and a half. So I don't know if we're going to get to all of it this segment, but we'll see. Dear DC, my life at home is not how it should be. I don't fit in with my family. I feel stuck. What should I do? I don't think my family accepts that I'm different and I'm not like them. That's a good question. So I'm kind of a black sheep in my family, in the sense that I got labeled that way because I went and got educated and started doing a bunch of things with my career and things like that. So I kind of got labeled as a person who kind of was too snooty or didn't stick around. And my family really didn't understand me because I was gone, like I was taking care of my kids. I was, had a full house and a husband, and I tended to try to prioritize, and I was really horrible at it when I was in my 20s. But that kind of gave me a stigma over the years in my family as a person who doesn't come to family events or, moves far away to be from their family, which really the heart of it was about my children. So what I can say to you is that I think a lot of people feel like they don't fit in with their family. You can see like siblings super close, and then you guys can have a disconnect. The best thing I could do is say that if your family doesn't accept who you are, that shouldn't change who you are. You should be yourself regardless of who you're around, family or not. It's good to be different because we're all different. And when we take that step outside of the box, sometimes we get a little backlash on that. So my advice for that one, I don't know how much she put on here. Oh my God, it's 4 questions. I might have to do another segment for the last ones, or maybe a segment 2 at a time. So we'll see how it goes. These might be short videos or long videos. I'm not really sure. I'm not really interested in doing a lot of editing at all, if I can help it. I hope I answered that well. I'm not really sure. Hope it's helpful. Second one. All right. Wow. Ooh. This one's deep. Dear DC, I'm in an abusive relationship. Some people don't see verbal abuse as extreme, but I'm in a very abusive relationship, and I don't see a way out. My husband makes me feel like I'm nothing without him. Any advice you could give? Have you ever been through this type of situation before? Pretty deep subject. I have been in quite a few verbally abusive relationships. I've been in physical abusive relationships as well. I could just say from experience, You don't know the effects of what someone's doing when they mentally let you down, or they control you mentally. I know for me, the verbal abuse when I was going through in my relationships was so bad, I felt like I was going to get hit every time. The way I see it, abuse is abuse. You don't know what you're doing to your body when you're stressing yourself out that way. You have no idea what emotional state you're continuously putting yourself in on a daily basis. I call that a toxic relationship, and if you haven't seen my video, it's kind of somber and it's kind of boring, but I do talk about a toxic relationship that I was in and just overcoming some stuff with that. I know now that no matter what, you have to look out for yourself. So eventually you will get it. No one in the world can tell you, when to leave. My advice to you would be to do what's best for you. Go with your gut, never go against your gut. Pray. If you're religious or you're, spiritual, meditate, pray, get you some stones. Come to a decision on your own, because the more you stay and the longer you stay, the more you're harming yourself. And I don't advise that for anyone, because as I said, abuse is toxic, and toxic relationships ruin people and friendships. I know now, because I'm older, I will never put myself in that position again. The moment I see someone being toxic to me or with me, I'm running for the door. You know why? Because that puts the energy on me. It wears me down. It's not healthy. You get nowhere. And relationships about helping one another grow. So if you're in a relationship and that person is shrinking you and not helping you grow, then that's something that you need to really consider getting out of. Do what's best for you. No one knows the future. It's a scary thing to do. I understand that. Like, no one can understand it better than I can. I found my way out, even though it was years later, or however much time it took. I found my way out, and no one can really tell me that it was toxic. And sometimes when you're in it, you can't see it. So it makes it more difficult for you to have that vision and say, hey, this is unhealthy for me. He's not hitting me, but he's making me feel crappy emotionally and mentally. And I'm self-sabotaging, and I'm coming down on myself. I'm, doing things that I shouldn't do that aren't healthy. And this is like a spiral effect. You're absorbing that energy, and that energy is going to be projected out again. So the best thing you can do is put yourself in a place where you can be healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I do know from experience, it does not decrease. It sometimes actually increases the physical violence. And I am 100% against physical violence in any way, form. And my heart goes out to you. And I hope that you can come up with a decision on your own. And to answer all of your questions, I believe I covered everything. It says, yes, I've been through this situation. And my advice is just, as I said, do what's best for you that makes you feel happy. Do what's best for you, and whatever makes you feel happy for yourself and gives you that light feeling. You want to wake up every day and feel good about yourself. You don't want to wake up every day afraid or, nervous or anxious for something that may or may not happen. That's just not a healthy way to live. So my advice is, it's easier said than done to leave, but girl, leave him. That's it. That's all I got for my first segment. That was like putting myself on the spot, and it was really deep. I was trying not to cry. So to wrap up this first segment, I just want to encourage everyone out there to never forget to love yourself first and be around positive people. Leave the toxic people out of your life, and write to me. If you have questions, if you have a situation you want to be in, you just want my opinion or my advice, Dear DC is going to be the segment on this channel. I will create a whole new playlist for it. So that's it for today. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe down low, and click the bell so you'll know when Dear DC comes out. You can email me, you can direct message me. You can also leave a comment if you have a question or a situation that you kind of want help on and you're kind of stuck on. And we'll see where this goes. And hopefully I can help quite a few of you out there. And that's my goal. I live to help others, and I hope that on this journey, that we'll all get some type of resolution in knowing that we can have happy lives out there if we put ourselves first. So that's it. Holla. Peace out. Subscribe.